afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing?
Wonderful.
Well, welcome to Historic Looking Forward Bowl. My name is Jessica, and I'm one of the wildlife care specialists. Now, San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance is committed to saving species worldwide by uniting our expertise in animal care and conservation science with our dedication for inspiring a passion for nature. We integrate wildlife health care, science, and education to develop sustainable conservation solutions. Our conservation work is now focused in 8 conservation hubs, regions around the world where we think that we can make the greatest impact. We believe that conservation starts with the connection that we make with people and wildlife every day. So we are hoping to do just that. So, are we ready to meet some wildlife?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're actually starting off with our Amazonia Conservation Hub, where the wildlife that San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance and its partners focus on in this region include New World monkeys, jaguars, Andean bears, as well as plant life like orchids. Now, this next particular species is found in the Andes Mountains, and her species is extremely crucial in helping out with one of the most successful conservation stories to date. How many of you have heard of the California condor?
Yeah.
Half of you or so. Love the woo about that, because we're really proud of that success story. So for those of you that don't know, in 1982 there were just 22 of these beautiful birds left in the entire world. And with the help of the California Condor Recovery Project, there are now more than 600 of these beautiful birds now, and more than half of them are actually flying free in their native habitat. And the reason why this program was super successful is due to what we learned from their South American relative, the Andean condor. And that's who you're going to be meeting here today. Now, her name is Polona, and she was hatched right here at the San Diego Zoo 36 years ago. And she is one of the largest flying birds out there. So I'm going to emphasize one of the largest flying birds. She's got about a 10-foot wingspan, and we're going to be showing that off for you today. So we do ask for those of you that are coming into our stadium to either stay at the top or just take a seat directly right where you're at. And for those of you that are already seated, please remain seated, okay? And if you feel the need to duck, just duck. Sound good?
Yeah.
Everybody, please welcome Polona, our Andean condor.
They're waiting for everybody to be seated before they open the door. Watch her little jump. Holy cow, she didn't waste no time coming out today. Watch them waddles. And there she is with Ellie.
Thank you, Polona. Always amazing to see her soar, and then she creeps along the stage. Always a nice little comparison.
What's Shauna doing?
The two. Now, our next wildlife ambassador, we're actually going to be heading on over to our Southwest Conservation Hub, where the wildlife that our partners and us focus on in this region include the desert tortoise, the Pacific pocket mouse, and then also some plant life like the Torrey pine. Now, this next particular animal can basically be found everywhere. They are very adaptable. You probably have seen them around here. Everybody, please welcome Banjo. He's absolutely adorable, and so a lot of times I get very distracted while he's out here because I'm always just amazed by him. But Banjo, he does have a very special story. He is actually a rescue right here in San Diego County. We work with a fantastic organization called Project Wildlife, that their whole role is to help native wildlife in need. So usually they will go and rescue them, will hopefully rehabilitate them and release them back into their native habitat. But in the cases where they can't release them back, they need to find a forever home. And Banjo was super lucky to find a forever home here at the San Diego Zoo. So Shauna here, as care specialist, has been working with him his entire time here, so almost 6 years now. This coming out here on our bigger presentation area was definitely a lot of labor of love, as I like to say, getting him very comfortable with coming out here in big groups of people can be kind of intimidating. You can see that he is super comfortable having fun out here getting all of his yummy snacks. As I said, raccoons are very adaptable. They can basically be found everywhere, and a lot of adaptations allows them to do so, specifically more of their hands. Their hands are kind of like ours, so they can easily get into anything and everything with those hands. So they can get into our garbage cans or anything like that. And they are omnivores as well, so they can basically live off of anything. They are not picky. Maybe sometimes Banjo is a little bit picky, but they aren't usually very picky, so they can definitely live off of anything. They're very good at climbing as well, so hopefully maybe we can show off some of that. Let's see if we can do it. There he goes. He's like, I don't know if that snack was worth it, or / she's smelling something else. You want to? No. I promise he can climb very, very well. They also will use those hands of theirs.
He's like, nope. No, thank you.
Or actually, you probably have seen like videos or seen actual raccoons washing any type of item. And the reason why, they're not necessarily washing their food, but what they're doing is making a very good effort. He's like, no, I don't want to climb. I already did a bunch. What about half? Right when we don't care to. Yeah, there we go. He's like, I'm a real raccoon, I promise. So, you might see this behavior where they're like washing any type of item, and the reason why that they do this is because they have a lot of receptors in their hands, and we think that having that water added to that actually amplifies their receptors, so they can get a lot more information on the items that they have. Also, their coloration
Raccoon booty
is very helpful for camouflage. Having that black band around their eyes helps deflect from the sun, and also gives them a lot better at seeing at nighttime. So they are more active at night. He's giving you a great view of his back end with that awesome iconic striped tail too. Pretty cute. Yeah, so they are more active at night, but they can be seen active during the day, of course, right now, especially because we're working throughout the day too. So he's a little bit more active, but he definitely takes a lot of his naps throughout the daytime.
Watch the shore.
Well, I think he was fantastic out here. Everybody, please give it up for Banjo, our raccoon. Always adorable. All right. Well, for the rest of the presentation, I'm going to leave you in some very good hands. Everybody, please welcome my co-care specialist, Tony.
Thank you, Jessica. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Are we enjoying our presentation so far?
Yeah.
Very happy to hear. Well, we're going to keep things moving right on along, and our next wildlife ambassador is going to be representing our One Health approach to saving species. Now, what this means is the health of people, wildlife, and the environment are all interconnected. And our planet can only thrive when all life is thriving. That is the core of our mission and the thread that runs through all of our conservation efforts. And nobody represents this better than the canine. Now, canines have a long history with us humans, and today they continue to have an important place in our lives.
That's what he's finding.
They become service animals, maybe help out in the military or law enforcement, and they're even giving us a hand right here in conservation. Now, they are utilized for a superpower, which of course is their sense of smell. Canines can smell up to 100,000 times stronger than our own. So, to demonstrate this ability, we have hidden a scented item somewhere out here for our canine Elvis to find. Do you all want to see him do this? Yeah. Okay, you have to help him out and make a lot of noise because he loves the crowd. Let's welcome out the one, the only, it's Elvis.
Elvis!
On the move. Now there are a lot of different smells out here today, so we will
David.
see how quickly he finds it.
Oh, he doesn't have thumbs.
Know where the object is today.
It's right there.
Yeah, he doesn't have thumbs, huh? There he is, getting a hand to do. Okay, he's back on the move.
Where are you going?
So
Up.
lemon scent.
As I
That
smell
is
it.
what he is trying to find. Oh, I see it. Nicely done today. Good job, Elvis. We can give it up for him.
Elvis!
The crowd here at Wega Fourth Bowl. Now, hopefully you all saw what he found. That is a stuffed koala, and that represents some conservation work that has been done in the past over in Australia. If anybody remembers those big mega fires that happened a few years back, well, there was a koala sniffing dog named Smudge. Oh, right on cue. I love it. Welcome to the zoo, everyone. There was a koala sniffing dog named Smudge that helped locate all of those injured koalas. Now, right here in our backyard, the Southwest Conservation Hub,
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
a team of canines called the Frog Dog Team, and they have helped scientists locate the endangered mountain yellow-legged frog. Now, my favorite fact about that team of dogs is that one of the dogs was a Chihuahua.
It's not the first
mix.
time he's
So it just
gone
goes
for the
to
snack
show
pouch.
Any type of canine can help us out in conservation. Now, back to Elvis. If you do not know him, he is a very big deal around the zoo. He just turned
Eat
10
all his
years
treats
old.
that he spilled.
He's a half lab, half golden retriever, and before he came to live with us, he was actually training to be a guide dog. And now we don't like to say he failed the program, but he did not pass that program. He has a very, very strong food drive, so he was quickly dismissed from that program, but that's okay. He has another job here at Wega Fourth Bowl. He is a companion to a South African cheetah named Alunga. Would you all like to meet Alunga?
Yes, of
She's
course.
going to be making her way on out here very shortly. So we just asked, just stay seated. We can make sure she's nice and comfortable that way. And then if you're coming into our stadium, just quickly find the nearest seat at the top. Now, Alunga is going to be representing our African Savanna Conservation Hub, where we, of course, are working
These are
to conserve
Jessica
the
and
cheetah
Shauna
and a
with
great number of
Alunga.
wildlife like the elephant, rhino, and giraffe. Now, Alunga here, she is 9 years old, but she will be 10 in November, so they are pretty much the same age. She was born over at the safari park, if anybody has been over there. We have a cheetah conservation breeding center over there, so she was the 159th cheetah born over there. Now, unfortunately, she was the only surviving cub of her litter, and therefore a good candidate to have a
Most of what your
canine
job is as a care
companion.
specialist is
Now, not every single cheetah will need a dog. It is
cleaning
a
up poop.
case-by-case basis. But the canine is going to play the role as a surrogate sibling. So they're going to grow up together, spend all their time together. They go on walks, they play. Even to this day, they're together pretty much 24/7 except during feeding time. Because remember, Elvis loves food and he would just steal all of her
Elvis.
food and she would let him. Now, cheetahs are the fastest land mammal in the entire world. Does anybody know how fast a cheetah can run?
Pretty fast.
Pretty fast. I love that response.
Put your guesses.
Any guesses on numbers? 80? Okay, we're close. We're close. Anywhere between 60 to 70 miles per hour. And what is more impressive is they can go from 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds. It is incredible. Now, they can't hold these speeds for very long, typically about a
Elvis.
quarter of a mile. But everything about the cheetah is built for that speed. So even though she is a pretty large cat, she weighs right around 90 pounds. They technically do not belong to that big cat family like lions, tigers, jaguars, because they are built so differently. Everything about their body is going to help them with their speed. Now, you might know a couple of those adaptations, but I always like to point out a few of my favorites. You might have noticed their feet, particularly their claws. Their claws are called semi-retractable claws, meaning they are going to be out all the time. Now, if you're thinking about your house cat or even a lion, they're able to retract the claws in to keep them nice and sharp. Cheetahs do not have that ability. Those claws are going to help them with traction, similar to an athlete's cleat when they are going at those top speeds. Now, along with that, they have a really long, beautiful tail, you can see right here. And what's interesting about their tail is the shape of it. So it's not completely circular, it's actually more in the shape of like a hockey stick. And that is gonna help her make those turns when she is going those top speeds. So similar to like a rudder on the boat. Now internally, they're built a little bit differently as well. So their set of lungs are a little bit larger, as well as their heart. And then their nasal cavity is pretty big too in comparison to their small head. And all of this is gonna help them intake and process oxygen much more efficiently to help them when they are going those top speeds. Now I like to point out, Alunga absolutely loves drinking from our moat water here. In fact, when we were doing some redesigning up here on stage, we actually made sure we had these little spaces in between the rocks so she can get water nice and easily. We promise she has the same water back at home, but she just loves drinking out here. Now, cheetah numbers have declined drastically over the last 100 years. Today, it is estimated there are less than 7,000 cheetahs left in their native habitats. Now, they are facing a lot of the same hardships as other wildlife, such as habitat loss, so it makes it harder for cheetahs to find other cheetahs to breed with, as well as to find enough prey. And then human-wildlife conflict. So we were finding out ranchers were having a lot of conflict with cheetahs due to their livestock and their wildlife. So being able to kind of help educate and to partner up these farmers with guardian dogs actually has helped bring up those cheetah numbers quite significantly. Now here at the San Diego Zoo, I mentioned she was born over at the safari park, so we do have our cheetah breeding center over there. She was the 159th cheetah born over there, so our goal with that is really to end cheetah extinction and make sure we have a nice, healthy population of cheetah genetics as well. I think they both did absolutely great out here. We can give it up for Elvis and Alunga. This is our dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. All right, well,
Bye,
here
Elvis.
at San Diego Zoo, we are creating a world where all life thrives through collaboration, innovation, and inspiration. Conservation is at the heart of everything we do, but we of course can't do it alone. We need dedicated allies like all of you. So you can join us here at the zoo by becoming a member. You can volunteer your time or your knowledge, or you can even partner with us with some of our bigger conservation efforts. Your help can never be understated, because when wildlife thrives, all life thrives. Thank you all so much for coming out and joining us.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. San Diego Zoo, 2 o'clock show. Wake up for the bowl. Bye, guys.